Hollywood Bet Scottsville, welcome everybody. You also reminded we've got Happy Valley out there, Hong Kong racing today as well. There's quite a bit of action going on, so we're going to try and keep these to the point so you guys know where you stand. First race at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. This is a maiden juvenile plate. It's run over the 800 metres, and obviously Darren, the Mike Miller stable, they've been in very good form with their unraced horses. Here's one in particular who's priced up at 9 to 10. This horse, number one, Fine One.
Yes, Clyde, a very confident selection. You know, I've heard from a good source that this is the right Mike Miller horse in the race. They say he works like a bullet over 800 meters, and they expect him to get off the mark at the first time of asking.
Okay, so you've heard the thumbs up for this horse. Daryl, have you heard a thumbs up for this horse or anything yet?
I haven't heard anything, Clyde, but it looks like he is the stable elect because of the current market. I didn't banker him. I'll put the scratching, which will hopefully assist us in doubling up. But I packed him up with the filly, the only filly in the race.
Yes.
Normally the fillies are more precocious, so who knows?
Right.
Number 2, and her half-sister won on debut a few weeks back, Skytrix, over 1,000 meters.
Okay.
But there hasn't been any support for her in the anti-post market, so I went 1, 2, and 4.
Okay, 1, 2, and 4 for Daryl Marie. That's bipots. Let's take a look. Here's your bipot now. We'll put that up for you and have a look at the numbers. 1, 2, and 4. By 4, 5, 6, 7. By Banker 7. By 4 and 14. By 4, 6, 10, 11. By 1, 4, 6, and 8. All right, let's take a look at the next race on the card. This is the second, and it's a handicap, and it's run, of course, over quite a long distance of 2,600 metres at Scottsville Racecourse. And, well, the favourite, let me see what Betway is doing here. Favourite 11 to 10 about this horse, number 6, True Trojan. That's the favourite, Daryl. I don't know, a case of 3-year-olds against 4-year-olds against 5-year-olds. There's a 3-year-old in here. I don't know if you give it a chance in the running of the second race. This was Billy of Tea.
I do. You know, he appreciated the blinkers being removed and being stepped up in trip, Clyde. That stable's on song, so this isn't an overly strong field whatsoever. I'll give him a chance. Even horse like number 5, Bally Magic, who's been 2,000 in the past, he could be the likely pace setter if he gets easy fractions up front. I can see him running an improved race. True Trojan, fair post-maiden effort. Wouldn't be taking his current price. I think is too short. And then Rockfall, he's a difficult customer, but he's been handled by apprentices recently, and maybe a senior jockey like Calvin Habib can produce the best out of him. I just think he's better at Gravel, but I'll make this a difficult event.
Paul Lafferty said this is the best day in the race. What do you like, Mr. Burrows, here in the second?
God, I like the favourite, True Trojan. Originally, I made it a field race, but after looking at it and watching the replay of his last start behind Twice Golden, it was really eye-catching, the manner in which he was finishing his race off. He's a big, long-striding horse, and he takes time to unwind. But Richard Fourie, over the staying trips, he's usually very good tactically, and I think he's going to pretty much ride him according to the pace. And if they're going too slow, he might circle the field. So I think True Trojan is the right horse in the race, especially over 2,600 meters. The long run-in's going to suit him, and he could get his head in front. Now, Rockfall ran behind True Trojan last time out. He's worse off at the weight. He's got 61.5 to shoulder, but he is my second choice. Billy of Tea, my third choice. So I think the favourite should get off the mark.
Okay, thank you for that. So Darren, a bit of confidence in the Richard Fourie horse. Daryl's going place accumulators 4 and 6, by Banker 7, by 4 and 14, by 4 and 10, by 1, 4, 6 and 8, by 2, 4, 6, 8 and 13, and the last leg 2 and 8. On to the third race now. This is a maiden plate. It's not a handicap. It's a maiden plate over 1,000 metres. This morning, this horse of Stewie Ferry's number 7, Tea Time Tipple is favourite, priced up at 7 to 10. Looks like it is Tea Time Tipple's turn, I would imagine, Daryl.
Yeah, Clyde. Do you remember that trifecta carryover? The Farah and the Khalil cousins and brothers at the Betway tent on Saturday?
Yes.
We met them over there, and they said they've spent the afternoon with Stuart Ferry, and he gave them the green light.
He did. I asked Stewie too. I saw him as well, Stuart Ferry, and he said, listen, he's had a lot of seconds. I don't know how many. He said he's had a lot of seconds. And But this, you're quite bullish about this.
Well, the stable's given confidence. He's got the best form in the race. Yeah, we're certainly going to be shouting him home. I've decided to bank him in all my exotics, and although there are a few unraced sorts of
Yeah.
the vibe isn't too positive. Number 3, it's probably the most upbeat, saying that it's got a place chance. So of the race runners, I'll be very disappointed if Tea Time Tipple doesn't get it right, Clyde.
Okay, so maybe this is the tea time Tipple turn. What do you think, Mr. Darren? Is that right?
Yes, Clyde, you got to fancy his chances in this type of company. He was very unlucky last time out. He left his runner stride too late, and he's ready to exit the maidens. I saw Stuart Ferry on course on Saturday at the Summer Cup. He was very bullish, and I think this horse should win comfortably.
Okay, well, that's good enough for us. Let's take your pick 6. Banker 7 by 8, 9, and 14. By 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13. By 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So banker, and then we're looking for carryover results. All right, let's move on to our next race now. This is the race 5 on the card, and just to take a look at what the plan is with regards to this race, or I beg your pardon, race 4. It's a maiden plate and it's over 1,400 metres. In terms of the market now, we've got the horse Vion's Queen favourite, who's priced up at 17 to 10. And then you've got 14 on the card, Celtic Beauty, who's next best, priced up at 2 to 1. So those are the two. After that, they bet 7 to 1 bar 2. Market Darrell's making it a 2-horse race. I don't know where you lie with the whole race.
I'm really disappointed that One Smart Cookie's out, Clyde. I made her one of the better bets on the card. Number 8, Vion's Queen, fair debut. I mean, you can say it's an encouraging debut. She ran 3rd. There was no market support for her. And I just need to add, Clyde, I think that could possibly be the worst form line recently out of the KZN province. I've got my doubts
Really?
over that form line.
Sure.
It was a very, very weak field. In saying that, she goes the extra and she's got a lot of scope for improvement, but I don't think there's any value whatsoever. So question marks over the time to dance race. You know, number 14, Celtic Beauty, she actually was fancied on debut, Clyde. There was some support for her and she was just beaten for speed. She flashed up late. All she needs is luck in running from that outside barrier position, but she does have Richard Free to assist her in getting into a promising position, and I think she's going to love the step up in trip. So I've got a preference for 14 over the 8. The well-exposed number 4, When Evening Comes, she's got a neat draw and she's got fitness and experience on her side. Don't be surprised to see her feature here. But
Open
the
race.
14 is my topic, Clyde.
14, your top choice, but sounding open. Celtic Beauty, perhaps the right one, but there are a few. Mr. Burrows, your end.
Clyde, I like this horse, Vion's Queen. I watched the replay and she showed pace and she quickened up late. Mozieni changed stick at the right time and she quickened again. It was a big field, so that was a very good debut. And if building on that, I think she's hard to beat. Now, Celtic Beauty, that form line to me was there's no direct winners. It was a small field, but she did make up 9 lengths from the 400 to the finish. So obviously looking for the ground. If she can overcome the draw, she's the only danger to Vion's Queen. So I did suggest a quartet for 8, 9, and 14 for first, second, third, but the 9's been taken out. So just go 8 and 14 by 8 and 14 by field by field.
All right, we'll put that up now and have a look what that looks like. 8 and 14 by 8 and 14 by 8 and 14 by field. So that's the way to play. I beg your pardon, 8 and 14 by 8 and 14 by field. That's pretty much the update with regard to this race. Unfortunately, that was One Smart Cookie has been taken out. Okay, maiden plate over 1,600 metres. What's the Betway market doing in race number 5? It's got this horse Ferry Trip for the Cotson Stable, who's priced up 18 to 10. And Richard Ferry's riding that ahead of the 4 Nightingale Sing, who's priced up second choice at 2 to 1, I beg your pardon. So it's those two. Again, 7 to 1 bar those two in this particular race, race 5. Darrell?
I think in a few times these two fillies won't parade together. Number 4, Nightingale Sing, and number 10, Fairy Trip. I think Nightingale's got a lot more scope for improvement, Clyde.
Okay.
You know, she's related to grazing in the grass.
For the Port Elizabeth
Yeah,
horse.
she's a half sister to grazing in the grass.
All right.
Yeah, I think the only thing that can really beat her, is possibly her inexperience, Clyde, because the field she takes on is not strong whatsoever. If you like Fairy Trip, you have to like We Stock Market Boss, who circled them last time out and only finished a length behind Fairy Trip. So there's not much separating the two of them. And I'm not really a fan of We Stock Market Boss's form lines.
No. And Richard
note-
rode it last time too. Richard
Yeah,
Fillion.
he circled him. Take note, Clyde, Spare Klengwa takes a ride on number 11, We Stock Market Boss. A horse that might improve, she's unexperienced over this trip, is number 6, Summer Song. She brings that Western Cape form line or maiden form into the race, but she has been rested, but she's been put over a mile. Let's see how she goes. But I really think the filly with the most scope for improvement is Nightingale's Sing.
Okay. Improvement from Nightingale Sing. Are you with Fairy Trip or Nightingale? Which one? Darren, I know you've got a lot of horses otherwise in pick sixes and stuff.
Clyde, I can't be with Fairy Trip. She's a big runner, yeah, but, you know, she's very limited from what she's shown in the past. You know, last time out wasn't a strong race, and she couldn't get it right. That was her first try over the mile. I thought the mile was stretching her a bit. I think if she comes back in Trip, she could be the right one. But in saying that, she could run well. Nightingale Sing, that was a good debut. They debuted her over a mile. So if a horse debuts over a mile, usually they're looking for 2,000 meters, which could be the case with her. So I wouldn't have too much confidence over the same trip, but she can only improve. Now, Summer Song brings Cape Town form into the race. Not great Cape Town form, but in saying that, when they raid Durban in the off-season, usually the fields aren't strong, so she can feature. Valley Gull's got a chance with a 4-kilo claim. The race does get tricky after that. Stolen Star, We Stock Market Boss, Joan the Wad, all have outside quartet chances.
Okay. So it sounds like Nightingale Sing win a mile or a massive results on its way. 4, 6, 10, 11 in Daryl Marie's first leg of the jackpot by 1, 4, 6, 8, by 2, 4, 6, 8 and 13 by 2 and 8. So in this event, Purple Operator number 6 on the cards, top of the boards at 7-2. Second choice, open race. They've got 6-1 about this horse of the Puller stable, Oshakati. Number 6, Joshua Hotsnake is priced up 7-1, 7-1 about number 1, Iron Will, 8-1 about number 9, Eddie the Mover, and then it's doubles about the others. Now, Darren, you've been talking about this horse, Iron Will. I see shortened in the betting.
Yes, Clyde. He shortened from 20-1 into 7-1. I did like him yesterday. Now, he's run a length off Rain in Holland. He's beaten Money Heist, who's a very highly regarded horse. He's run second to Captain Casey, beaten a length, giving him 4.5 kilos. He's beaten Ideal Act. He ran fifth to Noble City. He had Runaway Song, a short head in front of him, who's got a rating of 116. I'm just hoping that his last 3 runs, that he's improved on that. And from the one draw, if he gets handy, I think he might prove too strong for this field. So I'm hoping that he can turn the form around and return to his better form, because he is better than this field.
Yeah, the ratings dropped all the way down to, 71 now?
Yeah, Clyde, as you know, Darren and I don't discuss. And last night when we were putting our selections together for the show, I said to Darren, well, I posted on the group, I said, Darren, you found my roughie. Iron Will.
Well
I loved his run, his last start over this course and distance, Clyde.
Yeah,
3 lengths to Noble City.
good run, man.
That was, excuse me, Clyde, off a rating of 78. He's now for 71. The same course and distance from a 1 draw. Like Darren says, if he brings his better form to the track today, there's no doubt he is the right horse in the race.
Okay.
But
Can we back it?
can you, well,
Can we back it at sevens? It's sevens now. Can we have a
Well,
bit?
you want to
if we've-
back us at 7 when it was
We've
20
missed
to
the
1?
price, but all right. But then if it doesn't, as long as they need to win.
Can you take him seriously with his current form? That's the question mark. But if he bounces back, Clyde, he's the horse to beat. Oshakati, very consistent. I see there's an equipment change. The tongue tie goes on. That's interesting because he has been reported to have respiratory noises, so maybe that can assist him. 1 and 4, the value in the race.
Okay, let's have a look at selections for this race, guys. Take a look at what the deal is from our tipsters. We know Iron Will is the play. From both ends, Iron Will. I know the horse is shortened from 20 to 7, but any price is a good price as long as they win.